Tyreek Hill. We were wondering what was going to happen. We finally got the news on Friday. He is not going to be suspended for the 2019 season. At least that's the expectation now. There is a little bit of an out clause in the wording from the NFL that something could still happen, but we have to operate now as if Tyreek Hill will be on the field for week 1, ready for 16 games. Gentlemen, Tyreek Hill in the fold for the Chiefs. Only focusing on the on-field situation. He's a great player. Keith, what do you think about Tyreek Hill for this season?
I think we've got another argument over who taking the first round now, because he's a top 5 wide receiver, and you could make the argument he's the best wide receiver in non-PPR. That's what he was last year. Over the last 3 years, he's one of only 2 wide receivers to average at least 10 yards per target. Julio Jones is the other one. Of course, the difference between Hill and Julio is Hill scores touchdowns. He also picks up some points running the ball, which is something you don't get from a lot of the elite wide receivers. He averages about 150 rushing yards per season and at least 1 touchdown on the ground. So that's an extra 20 points a lot of those receivers don't get.
So we were talking maybe Sammy Watkins getting a boost if Tyreek Hill is going to miss time. Nicole Hardman's the rookie that they drafted. Patrick Mahomes, obviously, how would things impact him with Hill, without Hill? We know he's going to have Hill now. Mahomes, clearly the #1 fantasy quarterback for all of us going into the season with Tyreek Hill in the fold. What does this do now for the rest of the Chiefs?
Well, I think you look at what it does for the run game, first and foremost, because now with Tyreek Hill streaking down the sideline, it's going to be hard for defenses to stack the box against Damian Williams and company. I like Damian Williams as a second-round pick now. I like Tyreek Hill as a second-round pick too, but much earlier in the round. Damian Williams will come later. Don't want to touch Sammy Watkins. We already know that he's an injury-prone wide receiver, and now with Tyreek Hill there, that's going to cost him some targets. And then there's Travis Kelce. I think Travis Kelce stays exactly where he is, right around that 1-2 swing, somewhere between, call it 11th and 15th overall. I think he's going to be just fine with Tyreek Hill back.
And I'm still okay with Sammy Watkins if you can get him at the right spot. We're going to see his draft position fall a little bit, and he was right around the 6th or 7th round.
5th round, actually.
Yeah, he went 5th and 7th. So if he's there in the 7th round, I'm pretty much okay with that. I think he's a good #3 wide receiver.
100%. You look at his numbers that he was tracking toward, if you projected over 16 games, it would have been right around what Odell Beckham finished with in 12 games. That's clearly hoping that he plays more than the typical 10, 11 games that he plays on a yearly basis. But in those 10 or 11 games that he showed us last year, and even with the Rams, he had some good production. So at the right price, again, he goes from a potential starter in fantasy to now a #3 wide receiver. I'm with you, Keith. In non-PPR, I'm taking Tyreek Hill in round 1. In PPR, though, it's funny because usually receivers get bumped up. He just doesn't catch the 90-plus passes that we typically see. So I take him a little bit later, early part of round 2. But again, we're splitting hairs here. He's one of the top 5 to 7 wide receivers in fantasy.
Right. With him back, I wonder if anybody out there is thinking, I could just take Tyreek Hill in the 1st round, and I could take Travis Kelce in the 2nd. Damian Williams is there in the 3rd sometimes. I'll take Patrick Mahomes in the 4th where quarterbacks fall.
I don't think Mahomes is going to go in the 4th round. His ADP right now is
like an hour he will, but not anybody else.
Sure, load up on the Chiefs. You could get, if you're a little bit concerned about Damian Williams, you can get either Carlos Hyde or Darwin Thompson later. It's a fun offense to get pieces of.